Ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode. This is not a crank call episode, by the way. I made like 15 of those. This is welcome to another exciting episode of This Is Our Life. Alright, this is for Renee Ordman. And honestly, Renee could be Spanish, but Ordman does not sound Spanish. But then my name doesn't sound Spanish either, does it? Of course, my birth certificate lists me as Jaime. In Spain, I went by Jaime, or Jaime, however you want to pronounce it. I never went by an English name. There was no point in that. Just good thoughts, you know, like I don't know if you can really see right there, the above the Sony videotape, that book right there, that is a leather bound Spanish language edition of Don Quixote. That is one of my prized possessions. And no, that sword did not come from Toledo. But you do notice what's right there, right? I mean, you lived there for 20 years, you said, so you know what that is, eh? And I used to have a Falange plaque.
A what?
Falange, that was the political party in Spain.
Oh.
It was a fascist party. But I lost that in the fire.
Sorry.
I did not, yes, I put it up on my wall. That doesn't mean I was a fascist. I the longest way from a fascist as you could imagine.
Sure.
Well, I mean, look, I have...
Well, somebody's got to give you some grief.
Yeah, I mean, I have Marx, Engels, Lenin, Trotsky, Hitler, Mussolini, Kafka. I mean, if you would see this little library of ours.
Anything about the Tsars of Russia up there?
I think we actually have a book in the storage unit on the Tsars of Russia.
Well, I mean, I'm not so good about the Russian history. I know it's kind of a tangled up mess.
I never studied it.
I know it's a lot of this one took over that and this and that and that and that and that.
That's my wife in the background, by the way.
Oh.
My beautiful, wonderful wife.
It seems like Russia had a lot of battles, arguments before they became USSR.
Yeah, well, in Spain we had a little.
It seems like they kept there's so many
one after the other.
Alone, I mean.
Yeah, Spain we had a little battle too, didn't we, folks?
Yeah, how many czars they have? About 10, seems like.
Oh, I don't know, but that's like a king, you know, one after the other.
Oh, so they're like a king.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Call him a king, hey. It's a little easier to pronounce.
So, yeah, in Spain, we had the Spanish Holocaust. A lot of people don't know about that. And I think it says 21 degrees now, and it's windy, so it feels colder than that.
Yeah, it's cold.
But, yeah, I'm from Cadiz, C-A-D-I-Z. In España, we pronounce, well, the part that I'm from, we pronounce a Z the way you would pronounce an S in English, which is different because I lived in Texas for 40 years, and it's different there. There, the Z is pronounced like an English Z. And I don't know about other parts of Spain. But, actually, that excuse me, that book that I just showed you, that is from, I believe, San Jose. He and my dad had business together. My dad in San Jose owned hotels all over the country, and
the hoteler, huh?
Yeah, and there used to be this. I don't know if they still have it. There used to be this type of like inn or hotel. See, I don't remember what it was called. We never got to stay in one because you didn't make reservations at these places. Now you have to understand, Spain at that time was very third world. You know, I have I don't know if it's a slide, if it's a photograph, I probably don't have it anymore, But my first haircut, there's no electricity in the barbershop. So I was crying, to say the least. I was crying. Because, you know, they're using the scissors, and you know how those things would pull, and, you know, I was a toddler, I guess, so... Oh, that's, by the way, that's socks right there. Oh, that's a stuffed bear right there. But, yeah, my father worked at the port in Cadiz, and, you know what I really want to get? Is some Cadiz salt. They farm... As you would drive in or out of the city, I mean, call it a city, I guess. They farm the salt right there, the sea salt. I love to get some of that. They still do it, from what I've seen on Google Satellite. And Renee, I don't know if you know who the great El Cordoba was or is, unless he's died in the last few weeks. And you know, I've seen him fight a bull. I am not into bullfighting. I find it disgusting. I have home movies of bullfights. I find it disgusting. I can't even watch them. But at least I can say I've seen El Cordoba fight a bull.
You want to smack the bull on the butt and make him run away.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I do want to do that revolves around the bullfights, and my wife would kill me if I even tried it. Of course, I'd probably get killed if I tried it. And that's the running of the bulls. Running of the bulls.
You're not going to do that.
See, did you hear?
Those are silly.
Yeah. I'm not... See, to me, that's a rite of passage.
You're crazy.
Yeah, I mean... You know, it's a cultural thing, I guess. You know, I've turned my wife onto some Spanish food. Tortilla español. I love tortilla español. That would, if I was on death row and I got to choose my last meal, that would be one of the things I would order.
You probably wouldn't know how to make it. Oh.
That's true. They probably wouldn't.
They're going, huh?
Yeah, they say, because I would get in San Antonio. I would get, where's the tortilla? I said, that is the tortilla. Where? I said, what I just explained to you, what I just described to you, is the tortilla. But where's the corn? Where's the flour? You don't have flour or corn in a tortilla. Not in Spain, anyway. So, yeah, it's like an omelet, you know, nice and thick. Yeah, oh gosh, some shrimp with olive oil and garlic and butter. Oh, serve, you know, have, you know, tapas, you know, have that and have the tortilla. And oh gosh, we don't have any eggs. We don't have anybody to get any eggs, so.
How much were they? They were one. If they have any left, they were $1.59 for the medium.
Oh.
And there's like $2.61 left on that card.
Oh, then I can go get some eggs and make some mayo.
Well, if they have the medium eggs, if you have the large, only have large, you're out of luck.
But anyway, I guess I'm not talking a whole lot about España, but now I used to have a lot of stuff. I had, if you look at my Facebook pictures, there's a life ring from a boat, from a fishing boat, Santiago Cadiz, España. It says Santiago Cadiz, and that's my dad bought that from the fisherman back in those days. And what I was going to say, we had, like my wife was saying, you know, troubles. We had our little trouble back in the 20s and 30s. First you had the what was it, the Second Republic, and then you know, you had now my feeling about the Marquis is I feel that a lot of the Marquis were simply fighting fascism. It's not that they were necessarily communist or socialist. It's that they simply were fighting the fascists. That's the way I look at it. I mean, you know, I look at a lot of the Vietnamese in Vietnam. They were not fighting for communism. They just wanted the French, the English, the Americans out of their country. It's not that they were fighting for communism, it's that the communists wound up being the people funding them and supplying them. And in España, it was the same way. It was, you know, you wound up with the Soviets and whatnot supplying and funding the anti-fascist forces. But if, like I said in my last video, if we ever have to leave the United States, I prefer Spain, first and foremost. Canada would be a distant second.
Too damn cold.
Yeah. Now, see, my father was from Canada. Everybody in my family is from a different country. My mother's from the United States. My father was from Canada. My dad's mother was from Scotland. My dad's father was from Ireland. My sister's from Korea. I'm from Spain.
Maybe the Germans will let me in.
Yeah, they might. I mean, my wife is of German stock. And we lived in Hanau for like 5 months. You know, my best friend in Hanau, Steffi, his parents were from Yugoslavia, and Herr Braun had served in the German army during the war. So I would love to go back to Spain. The thing is, I mean, with all honesty, if I took my wife over there just to go on holidays, I might not want to come back. I don't know if she'd want to do that. I mean, it's where I'm from, you know. But now, I used to have an old Spanish flag, the old flag, the fascist flag, not the current one. But anyway, before I start crying, bye.